How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. Okay, so today's game is a pretty cool one. It was actually a gift. Someone sent it to me. They stumbled across it with a bunch of their old stuff, and they figured they would donate it to the Home for Wayward Video Games. And so today's game, it was most likely one of her favorite games, and it's actually a really good title, and I would love to share it with you guys. So here we go. It's a Natsume title, but it's actually the sequel to a Taito arcade title from 1986. Today's game is Pocky Rocky. Now, Pocky Rocky is actually like I mentioned before, it's a sequel to a Taito arcade title by the name of Kiki Kai Kai. Now, Kiki Kai Kai is from the mid-'80s, and it isn't really well known in the US, but, you know, that didn't really matter because this game, if you don't really know the backstory on it, you wouldn't know that it's a sequel. And it was licensed, the franchise was licensed to Natsume, and they created Pocky and Rocky and its sequel, Pocky and Rocky 2. And all of those games share a similar storyline with a girl from a shrine in feudal Japan having to fight off ghosts and zombies and all manner of the undead, kind of like yesterday's game, Ghouls and Ghosts. But this game is cool because you actually interact with a tanuki or a raccoon by the name of Rocky. And Rocky will help you on your quest to help figure out why these ghosts and undead creatures are going insane instead of just doing their ghost thing on the other side. It's a standard top-down shooter style game but you're on foot instead of in a ship or a plane or anything like that. And you have different ways to power up your attacks. You can slide to avoid enemy attacks, things like that. It's a really standard action game, but it's ties to old school Japanese ghost stories and feudal Japan and legends from feudal Japan and all that stuff makes this title stand out a bit. And the fact that it's a really good game. It's a really well crafted shooter. Like I said, this game, there are 2 playable characters, and you can play in a co-op capacity in this game. So that's pretty much standard for the course for this genre of game around this time. The sequel came out a few years after this one. This was 93. I believe the sequel came out in 94, maybe 95. But it's they're 2 solid titles from Natsume, who released a string of really good stuff during the 8 and 60-bit console generations. So if you can stumble across either one of those games, if you could stumble across anything from Natsume or either one of the Pocky and Rocky games, which won't be easy because reseller prices for these titles are pretty steep. I know this game fetches a pretty hefty penny from eBay in some cases, and the sequel, forget about it. It's ridiculous. But in some circles, it would be said that it's definitely worth the purchase because they're both solid games. This has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I will catch you beautiful people tomorrow.